around, but I'm gonna wait until I get my life together.
Sit there and vegetate. I'm gonna get this knocked out so I can be done.
Okay.
Hi everyone, this is Jennifer from 90 Day Insider. And I'm back with another deep dive into the world of reality TV. Today's story is a massive one that fans of 1000 Dalby Sisters never expected. Get ready, because Amy Slaton Halterman, the fierce and fan-favorite star of the hit TLC series, has officially quit the show. This isn't just gossip. This is a confirmed, permanent exit that changes everything for the future of the franchise. Let's break down the real reasons Amy walked away, the fallout with TLC, and the rumors of a brand new show already in the works. Trust me, this is bigger than a season finale. This is the end of an era. The quiet exit, unlike many reality stars who bow out with dramatic farewell episodes or long social media statements, Amy didn't make a scene. No press conference, no teary final interview, no grand announcement. Instead, she quietly pulled out, working through legal representatives and producers to make sure her exit was sealed on her terms. Why so silent?
Control.
By leaving without the usual TLC spectacle, Amy avoided becoming another storyline that the network could twist. She knew that if TLC handled her goodbye, they could paint her as ungrateful, difficult, or dramatic. Instead, Amy chose to walk away privately, leaving fans stunned and the network scrambling. It's a masterclass in power dynamics. Amy refused to let TLC write her ending. The real reasons Amy quit. At first glance, it seems shocking. Amy was reportedly earning a six-figure salary per season, with paychecks that could grow to $250,000 or more in later seasons. But money isn't everything, and for Amy, the cost of staying was simply too high. 1. Exploitation fatigue from the very beginning. 1000 Dalby Sisters thrived on exposing the Slatton family's most vulnerable and humiliating moments. While the show featured triumphs, it also relied heavily on chaos, tears, and struggles for ratings. Over time, Amy grew tired of being portrayed as the clown, the mess, or the punchline. According to insiders, she felt reduced to a caricature rather than a real woman working through real challenges. Every part of her life, her weight, her marriage to Michael Halterman, her parenting of sons Gage and Glenn, was dissected, criticized, and turned into entertainment. The psychological pressure became unbearable. 2. The Tammy factor. At the core of the show was Amy's complicated and often toxic relationship with her sister Tammy. While fans loved the drama, Amy felt trapped in the role of caretaker, enabler, and emotional punching bag. As Tammy's health crises escalated, so did the pressure on Amy. Now that Tammy is stable, married, and living more independently, Amy no longer feels obligated to stay tethered to the storyline. With the central conflict easing, Amy realized she didn't need to keep sacrificing her own happiness just to fuel TLC's ratings. 3. Motherhood comes first. Amy's biggest motivation: her sons. With Gage and Glenn now at the center of her world, Amy became determined to protect them from the harsh realities of internet fame. She has seen firsthand the cruel comments and public scrutiny that come with reality TV, and she doesn't want her children growing up in that environment. As one insider put it, those boys are her everything. She looked at the footage, saw how the cameras were creeping into their lives, and said enough. For lack of creative control after several seasons, Amy also felt stuck in the same repetitive formula. The show focused endlessly on weight loss, fights, and family chaos. She longed for the freedom to share more of her real life, her passion for baking, her new role as a single mom, her business ventures without TLC's manipulative editing. 5. Financial independence. In the early days, Amy needed the TLC paycheck, but things have changed. She has built a huge social media following, launched her own merchandise, and developed multiple income streams. She's no longer financially dependent on TLC, which gave her the freedom to walk away. It's a secret new deal. Here's where things get even more explosive. Multiple sources have confirmed that Amy is in advanced talks with a rival network about launching her own reality series. And this isn't speculation, it's reportedly close to a done deal. The two biggest contenders: Warner Brothers, Discovery's Max, formerly HBO Max, and Netflix. Max has been investing heavily in high-profile, unscripted content, and is rumored to be offering Amy a budget that matches or even surpasses her TLC salary. Their style of character-driven storytelling could give Amy the in-depth, authentic platform she's been craving. Netflix, on the other hand, is famous for giving stars creative control and building global reality hits. Think Selling Sunset or Bling Empire. A Netflix deal would mean international exposure and massive marketing power, while strict NDAs make it impossible to confirm which platform has locked Amy in. The buzz is undeniable. Amy's next chapter is coming, and it's coming soon. What the new show could look like, forget the 1002 LB Sisters formula. According to insiders, Amy's new project, possibly titled Amy Unfiltered or The Halterman Hustle, will focus on empowerment rather than exploitation. The show is expected to spotlight her journey as a single mom navigating co-parenting, her growing baking and business ventures, her continued health journey without the constant emphasis on weight, her real, unfiltered personality, funny, flawed, and fiercely devoted to her boys. What makes this even more groundbreaking is that Amy will reportedly have creative control over the concept, the crew, and even the final edits, something virtually unheard of in TLC's tightly controlled system. The Tammy question: will Tammy appear on Amy's new show? Reports are mixed. Some sources suggest Tammy could make guest appearances, while others believe TLC may pressure her to stay loyal to the original series. Tammy feels left behind. That tension could spill over into real life and potentially become another storyline. TLC's panic and damage control behind the scenes. TLC is reportedly furious. After years of building Amy's brand and investing heavily in her storyline, losing her to a rival is a massive blow. Amy wasn't just a cast member, she was the emotional center of 1000 Delby Sisters. Now, with Amy gone, the network is scrambling to figure out how to keep the show alive. Can it survive on Tammy alone? Will Amanda or Chris step up as central figures? Or is this the beginning of the end for the series altogether? The bigger picture, Amy's decision represents more than just one person leaving a show. It highlights the growing shift in reality TV, where stars are recognizing their own value and demanding control over their narratives. For years, TLC thrived on sensationalism, conflict, and editing that often left its stars feeling exploited. Amy's quiet but decisive exit proves that reality personalities no longer have to play by the old rules. With social media, streaming platforms, and financial independence, stars like Amy can finally take control of their futures. Final thoughts: Amy Slaton's exit from 1002 LB Sisters isn't just a cast shakeup, it's a turning point in reality TV. By walking away silently, she protected her family, reclaimed her dignity, and positioned herself for a brighter, more empowering future. Whether her next chapter lands on Netflix, Max, or another major platform, one thing is clear: Amy is no longer the sidekick or the comic relief. She's the star of her own story, on her own terms. And when the official announcement drops, it won't just shake TLC tail, shake the entire industry. So, what do you think? Can 1000 Delby Sisters survive without Amy? And would you watch her new show if it lands on Netflix or Max? Let me know in the comments below.
Snore Lord. I'm gonna change her name in my phone to that.
Hi everyone, it's Jennifer from 90 Day Insider. And today we're diving into the fallout of Amy Slaton Halterman's shocking decision to walk away from 1002 LB Sisters. This isn't just a cast shakeup. It's a reality TV earthquake. One that leaves TLC scrambling, Tammy in a vulnerable position, and Amy on the verge of becoming the architect of her own empire. The void Amy leaves behind TLC now faces a major dilemma. Without Amy, the network will likely pivot to focus solely on Tammy's new life with Caleb, her ongoing health battles, and maybe even introduce more members of the extended Slatton family. But here's the problem. The magic that drew viewers in was the dynamic between Amy and Tammy. Fans didn't tune in for one sister, they tuned in for both. It's the drama, the conflict, the laughter. The love it was always in that complicated bond. Without Amy, the show risks devolving into a Tammy-centric spin-off that lacks the chemistry of the original. Sure, TLC can highlight Tammy's progress and promote her as the new star, but the heart of the series is gone. And if the heart is gone, ratings could sink. Damage control at TLC behind the scenes. TLC executives are in full-blown crisis mode. Expect them to spin Amy's exit carefully. Rather than acknowledging any drama or the possibility of her signing with a rival network, they'll likely frame her departure as mutual maybe, even suggesting she wants to focus on family. The strategy will be simple: promote Tammy's stability and marriage as the show's new centerpiece. Test spin-offs, perhaps featuring Tammy, Chris, Amanda, or other Slatton relatives. Review contracts carefully, searching for non-compete clauses that might slow Amy's transition to another platform. But here's the catch. Non-competes are notoriously hard to enforce, especially when talent moves from cable to streaming, or when the new show is framed as a completely different format. In other words, TLC may not be able to stop her. Amy's quiet resignation doesn't just wound TLC's franchise. It exposes a much deeper weakness in their business model. TLC has long built franchises around vulnerable people, milking their hardships for drama. But as stars grow wiser, more independent, and more aware of their value, the network's grip is slipping. Amy's move could spark a trend, inspiring others to demand better pay, fairer treatment, and creative control. Amy Slaton's transformation. This is where Amy's story takes a remarkable turn. For years, she was cast as comic relief, the messy, lovable sister juggling chaos. But by resigning quietly and negotiating what appears to be a much bigger deal elsewhere, Amy has transformed from a reality star into a shrewd businesswoman and rising industry player. She has learned how to leverage her platform through social media, merchandise, and personal branding. Amy has built a direct relationship with millions of fans, one that TLC can't control. She understands her market value. She knows she's the draw, not just the sidekick in TLC's formula. By leaving TLC, Amy has effectively rebranded herself. She's no longer the clown character shaped by manipulative editing. Instead, she is stepping into the roles of author, entrepreneur, mother, and only then, reality star. A cultural shift in reality TV. Amy's rebellion also speaks to a bigger movement in reality television. Viewers are becoming more aware of how manipulative these shows can be, and stars are pushing back. We've seen it with the cast of Vanderpump Rules. We've heard it from Krishal Staus of Selling Sunset. They've all spoken about how editing and manufactured drama can wreak havoc on mental health. Amy's choice to leave quietly but firmly is a powerful statement. She's saying no to being consumed by a machine that profits from vulnerability. Instead, she's carving her own path, and that resonates with both fans and fellow reality stars. Fan reactions. A divided audience. The internet has erupted. Devastated fans are heartbroken, declaring that 1002 LB Sisters is finished without Amy. Some feel betrayed, questioning how she could walk away from Tammy. The show won't be the same, one fan wrote. I'm not watching anymore. Supporters of Amy's decision are just as vocal, praising her bravery. They applaud her for putting her kids first and refusing to be exploited any longer. Many are already pledging to follow her to whatever new platform she lands on. Curiosity and intrigue dominate the middle ground. With rumors swirling about a Netflix or Max deal, fans are buzzing with questions. What will the new show be called? Will Tammy be included? Is this Amy's big breakout moment? The secrecy is only fueling speculation. Of course, skeptics remain. Some argue this is just a negotiation tactic, or that Amy